Oh, you're filming?
Yeah.
That's funny.
This is gonna be horrible.
I have one story, but I can't tell you that. One of the experiences was in a jail, like a youth jail. Some of the guys were, dads. That was one of the hardest days of my life because it was so emotionally and like absolutely mortifying. Some of them had never seen a violin or a cello in their lives. It ended that in the end of the movement, someone shouted, "Oh, it's this guy's birthday!" And then we ended up playing a little arrangement of Happy Birthday for him, like the Swedish version of Happy Birthday. And it was super, super touching, and it was like a moment where you realize, as much as it's like super, super a weird concept to play music at all, it's also important. It definitely affects how I see the piece, yeah. It's, as I said, because it's G major, so it's like, it's kind of a happy mood, like, yeah, it's a contrast, it's a huge contrast, but it's also, that's life, and that's also what is so beautiful about music, if you manage to make contrasts. There's this conversation about like whether you play music for yourself, for your ego, or for the music. And I've always had a hard time with that conversation and with that question, because obviously it's about me. Like it's not about me, but it's about me as a interpreter and as a person and as a human. And otherwise the music really doesn't make any sense, because anybody can learn an instrument and play it. But obviously it's about me and my experiences and my lens, So for me it's always been very important that what comes first is my interpretation of the feelings that are in the music and whatever the composer was trying to say. Like I have a very hard time like stepping out of it and being like, yeah, but what is the music itself? Like that, I don't know. Like someone else can maybe answer that, but I don't know. I don't want other people to tell me anything. Like it's been years and years of that, and there's no point for me in trying to do anything in a way that isn't completely in line with what I feel and what I am. So like it's like of course there's pressure and of course there's expectations, but also who cares? It's a very big conversation that we have all the time amongst us, especially as younger musicians. Like, how do we deal with all this, and like where do we put ourselves, and what, like, who actually cares about us as musicians? I can't do something like that I care about. I can't do it like half. So what's important for me is realizing, yeah, that this is really, it's tough, and that also makes it more beautiful and also makes the music feel more intense and real. There's nowhere that feels like home right now. I realized that home can have many different meanings. It doesn't necessarily have to be where your like apartment is or where your family is. It can be where you feel the most free. It's also beautiful. Home is can be anywhere at this point. I don't really care what the future looks like, as long as I'm happy enough to be able to make the people around me also happier. It's not about me at all, actually.